Hello, everybody. Welcome to our gentle yin inspired flow. I figured this would be a really wonderful way to slow down our weekend as we wrap it up and start to refresh and rejuvenate our mind and our body for the coming week. I'm somebody who has a very hard time slowing down. I suspect a lot of you are similar. That's just kind of the way our society works lately. And we need to remember that it's very important to stop, to take pauses, to allow stillness, and that all can be very productive. A lot of times we're so focused on productivity and efficiency that we don't realize that the rest is just as important as the work. All right, so we'll go ahead and get started today seated. If you'd like, you can always grab a blanket, sit up nice and tall, lifting your hips up. If you don't already have blocks, blankets, pillows, whatever props you like to use for a slow, steady yin class, go ahead and grab them now. And when you're ready, sit up tall. Go ahead and close your eyes. Start to draw the belly button in as you find length in the spine, reaching up through the crown of your head. As you exhale, relax your shoulders. Allow them to become soft and heavy. Releasing the space between your eyebrows. Notice your breath. Notice your inhale, your exhale, and every moment in between. How does your breath feel? Is it deep? Is it shallow? Are you filling your lungs with air? Or is there still a lot of space there? Just notice. Let's begin building the Ujjayi breath. Today, focusing less on the heat that it builds in your body and more on the sound of this beautiful breath. The soft whisper, the calming hum. Feel its vibration throughout your body. Let's see if we can find a little more depth to the breath. So making each inhale and exhale last for 5 counts. We're going to keep this nice breath flowing throughout our practice. as we begin our practice with gentle movements and end it holding some of these poses as we find stillness, as we release into the mat, and as we let go. As you inhale, open your eyes, readjust to the room. Take a moment here. Your Ujjayi breath still flowing. 5 counts in. 5 counts out. On your next inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, twist open to the right. Take a moment as you pause here. Left hand gently resting on the opposite knee. Turning your gaze back behind you. On your next inhale, coming back up to center. Exhale the other way. Right hand to your left knee. Relaxing the shoulders. On your next inhale, come back up. Exhale, flow with the breath. Twist open to the right. Inhale up. Exhale, open. Inhale up. Exhale, open. Inhale up. Exhale, open. One more each side. Inhale up. Exhale, open. Last one. Inhale up. Exhale, open. Inhale your hands up to center. Exhale them to the mat. Inhale, reach your left arm up. Exhale, tip over to the right side. Gazing up towards the sky. Relax your shoulder down your back. Just feel your breath here. One more breath. Inhale yourself up. Exhale the right arm up and over. Turning your neck, looking up towards the sky. Keep your shoulders soft. Your face soft. And exhale back up. Let's inhale both arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Nice and slow. Start to walk your fingertips out, finding a little bit of length. Drop your head between your arms. Breathe here. Let your arms become a little bit heavier with every exhale. Two more breaths. On your next inhale, walk yourself all the way back up. Exhale, drop your chin to your chest. Inhale the right ear over the right shoulder. Soften your shoulders. Let them fall down your back. If you'd like, you can extend your left arm out, pressing down through the palm of your hand. If you'd like a slightly different sensation, you can take the left arm and wrap it behind your back as you draw the shoulder blade behind you. Take one more breath here. Exhale, release your left hand, roll your chin down. Inhale to the other side. Soft shoulders, soft face. Maybe extending the right arm out, press down through the palm. Perhaps changing the sensation, wrap your right arm behind your back. Draw the elbow back. Take 2 more breaths. Last one. As you exhale, release the right hand down, chin down. Inhale your head up to center. And let's climb onto all fours here on the mat. If you've got a blanket or blocks, move them out to the side. Give yourself some room. As we find our cat-cows and awaken our spine. Spreading the fingers, tops of the feet pressing to the earth. Inhale, lift the tailbone, reach your heart forward, look up. Exhale, tuck your tailbone around your spine, tuck your chin. Inhale for a cow, the belly drops, the heart lifts. Exhale, your spine reaches for the sky. Inhale, flowing with your breath now. Find your pace. Find your rhythm today. If you notice a place in your spine that needs a little extra love, go ahead and stop there. As you direct your Ujjayi breath to that space. And then keep flowing when you're ready. Just a couple more here. One more of each. Finding our neutral spine as you inhale. Exhale, keep the hips stacked over your knees. Walk your hands out. We're coming into puppy pose. Allowing the forehead to rest to the floor. With every exhale, let your heart melt towards the mat. If you ever find this pose a little too intense for the shoulders, you can always take your hands back a little bit. There's no need to force yourself into any pose, especially today. We're finding restoration, calm, and stillness. Take 2 more breaths here. On your next inhale, come back up. Fingers are spread nice and wide, and we're just going to exhale the right foot back behind you. Keep the toes down. Start to shift the weight back as you press through the right heel. Feel a little stretch in the back of the legs. Exhale, press a little more as you find length. And inhale, bring the right knee back down. Exhale, left leg out behind you, toes on the mat, curling under as you reach your heel back. Use some of the weight in the heels of your hands to help you reach through that heel a little more, giving you a little leverage. Let's take 2 more breaths. Inhale the right knee back down. Exhale, let's find our first child's pose today. So sinking your hips down over your heels. Walk your fingertips out. Release your forehead down. Your arms do not have to be all the way extended, but if that sensation feels good in your shoulders, feel free. Feel your breath as it expands the muscles around your spine, opening your back like a balloon. And you can feel free to stay here if you'd like. The other option is a couple of modified vinyasas, just gently flowing. Sometimes it helps me to become more still if I find a little movement first. So if you'd like to join me, inhale forward to kneeling plank, spread your fingers. Exhale, chaturanga, elbows stay in, nice and slow. Inhale, roll the shoulders back, look up, cobra. Exhale, press back, child's pose. Pause here to breathe. If you'd like another one, inhale forward. Exhale down. Inhale, reach your heart up. Exhale, child's pose. And breathe. There's the option for one more modified vinyasa in just a moment. If you take that option, just imagine yourself moving in slow motion. And inhale forward, kneeling plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, lift the heart, shoulders back. Exhale, child's pose. 2 more breaths here. On your inhale, look between your hands. Let's bring the right foot up. Exhale, take the left heel to the mat, foot planted. We'll inhale up, warrior 1. Being gentle in your warrior today. Not so much going for strength building. So not sinking way down to engage your quads, just staying back up a little bit. Practice moderation. Practice balance. Hands reaching up, but your arms are soft. And your breath is flowing. Two more breaths. As you inhale, reach up tall with the hands. Exhale, peel yourself open to warrior 2. If you'd like, you can move your feet apart just a little bit. But again, don't sink all the way down today. Stay back a little bit. Feel your shoulders as they soften. If your arms are tired, you can always bring your hands to your hips. Feel the grounding in your feet as you spread your toes. Dropping the tailbone. Feel your breath. Two more breaths. Inhale the arms back out to a T. Exhale, palm of the front hand up as you tip back and reverse your warrior. Very gentle here. Let that back hand be very soft on your back leg. See if you can tuck your tailbone just a little bit more. Soften your shoulders. Take one more breath. And exhale out, warrior 2. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, slowly windmill yourself down. Step it back. Drop to your knees, find child's pose. Check back in with your breath here. Are your inhales and exhales steady? Do each last around 5 counts. If it's less or more, it doesn't really matter. The most important thing is that your breath is flowing evenly. On your next inhale, look between your hands, take the left foot up. Exhale, lift the back leg, drop your heel. Inhale up, warrior one. Again, today I'd encourage you to stay back out of the warrior a little bit. Soften your upper body. Soften your face. Feel your breath filling your lungs. Then clearing out the old air. Two more breaths. As you exhale, peel yourself open, warrior two. Adjust your feet as you need. If you find that you automatically sink way, way down, just take it back up a little bit. Spread your toes. Tuck the tailbone just a hair. If your arms could use a break today, you can take them to your hips, no problem. Listen to your body. Listen to your breath. One more breath. As you inhale, reach your arms out to a T. Exhale, flip the top hand up and back. Reverse your warrior. Find your spot here. Take a moment to check the back hand. Keep it soft, keep it light. Drawing the tailbone underneath you just a tiny bit. Your cheeks, your jaw are soft. Your shoulders release. Imagine it's no work to hold your body here, but instead the space around you is holding you up. Let's take two more breaths. Exhale your arms out to a T, warrior two. Inhale through the crown of your head. Exhale, slowly, gently windmill down. Step back. Drop to your knees, child's pose. Release your forehead down. Release the hips towards your heels just a little more. Feel your breath. Still steady. One more breath here. As you inhale, look between your hands. Exhale, climb onto your knees, then onto your feet. Walk yourself all the way up. Take the feet about hip distance apart. Bend your knees as much as is comfortable for you. Release your head down. Take opposite elbows. We're just going to dangle here for a bit. So unlike in our rocket or vinyasa flow classes, keep your belly soft. Your muscles are not drawing you down here, but instead they're releasing. As we start off in this pose, you may not feel a huge stretch in the back of the legs, and that's okay. Because as you breathe, as you hang, the muscles begin to give in, to get soft. You find yourself sinking a little more. You feel a sensation change. You find stillness. Allow yourself to be still here. Try not to fidget or wiggle. Again, feel the space around you hold you up as you melt into it. Let's take 5 more breaths here. Last breath. As you inhale, start to release your hands down. Go ahead and grab a block. Go ahead and plant it behind your heels. We're coming into a squat, so if you like it nice and high, adjust it, maybe medium, maybe all the way down. If your hips are open today, your choice. With your hands on the mat, start to heel toe the feet out to the sides, very slowly and smoothly, like you're moving through peanut butter. I'm going to release the hips down towards the block. Once you meet it, sit up tall, Take a moment to adjust your feet so your knees are comfortable. A couple of options for this pose. Keep your hands together at heart center. Or you can allow your hands to fall down towards the mat and drop your head wherever you choose to be. Once you find that space, invite in the stillness. Invite in release. Inhale in calm, soothing energy. Exhale as your hips soften. We're going to hold this pose for quite a while. Just prepare yourself for that. With a lot of hip openers, they can be very uncomfortable. Poses we're not used to doing. Places our body's not used to going. So it's our job to find relaxation even through the discomfort. I know that sounds crazy, but it's possible, I promise. Just a little practice. Some nice gentle ujjayi breaths. Calm, steady energy. As your muscles release, the connective tissue and the joints can really begin to lengthen. Let's take 2 more breaths. Moving nice and slow. Start to shift your weight forward towards your hands. As you lift your hips up, come down onto the knees. Let's keep the knees about hip distance apart. Go ahead and place a block between your ankles. We're going to sit up on that block, nice and tall, finding a supported hero's pose. Your hands on your legs. With every exhale, feel the weight of your body pressing towards the block. Listen to the sound of your breath. The soft, gentle whisper. feel your knees start to give in. As they fold. As the joint becomes softer. Direct your breath to them. Give them some love. Maybe noticing the sensation as it slowly makes its way up into your quads. As they start to melt. As your hamstrings release down towards your mat. Let's take 5 more steady breaths here. One more breath. Inhale as you walk your hands down your legs to the mat and gently begin to lift the hips. We'll take the block out from between your legs and up to the top of your mat. Let's come into a dragon pose. So take your left knee back, stay on that knee, and the right foot comes forward, stacking your knee over your ankle. Just like with the last several poses, we're going to be here for a little bit. So if you've got any tension in that back knee or you're feeling too much pressure, you can always take a blanket and place it under that knee. Give it a little pillow. So here in dragon pose, your hands can be on either side of your bent leg, or you take your right hand inside. Whatever you want to be is your choice. Checking in to make sure you're not forcing the hips down. Back out just a little bit. We've got plenty of time here to ease in. As you let your breath guide you. Taking just another moment to find your place. And now maybe you're up on your hands. Maybe coming to your elbows on the mat or on a block would work better for you today. Find your place. A place where you can be still here for a while. Where you can allow the hips patience and time. Now we find stillness. We create calm. We soothe our mind and our body with the sound of the Ujjayi breath. Keeping your belly soft. Feel as your muscles start to release. Trust that as they let go, your bones are still there to hold you up, so you don't need to contract your muscles at all. Just release, release, release. Breathe into the intensity here. Exhale to calm it down. Maybe starting to feel some of the sensation as it moves into your right hamstring. Let's take 5 more steady breaths here. And so slowly, take your hands down. Start to press yourself up. If you need to move your block out of the way, feel free. Begin to heel toe that foot back, releasing carefully. Eventually, the right knee comes to the mat, and we inhale, take the left foot forward. Taking our time here. Find where you need to be on this side. Maybe the leg is between your hands. Maybe the knee is outside of your left arm. Maybe you're up on your hands. Maybe you're down on your elbows on either the mat or a block. Find a place where you can be still, where you're not forcing a stretch. You're just at the beginning of experiencing the posture. Trust that as your body releases, the stretch will come. Let your face be soft. Feel the very subtle, very gentle movements and twitches in your body as the muscles release and realize that they don't need to be working right now. That they're allowed a break, just like you. Listen to the soothing whisper of the breath. Let's take 5 more breaths. One more breath. And again, very, very gently, very, very slowly take your hands down as you start to press yourself up, moving the block out of your way. Gently shifting back to your right knee. Take the left knee back to meet it. And if it's up on a blanket, go ahead and pull that blanket up. We're coming into a child's pose here. So take the big toes together. Spread your knees nice and wide for this one. Give your belly plenty of room to soften. You're going to release the forehead either down to a blanket or pillow or to the mat. Extend the arms out and then take them back. Relax. Feel your breath. Feel as the front of your body gets heavy. From your forehead all the way down to your hips. Your belly expanding with every inhale. Contracting just gently with every exhale. Your heart melting towards your mat. Maybe starting to feel some sensation in the lower spine, around the area of your sacrum. Breathe into that space. Let it go. Let's take 5 more breaths here. One more breath. Very slowly start to walk your hands as you lift your head, lift your heart. Coming all the way up to kneeling. Let's come into a sleeping pigeon. So if you've got a blanket or a pillow, maybe you want to fold it just one more. You can inhale as you reach your hands to the top of your mat. Exhale, help that right leg up and around so it's not quite parallel with the top edge of your mat. We're going to take it back a little bit. Go ahead and rest your left hip onto your blanket or pillow. Inhale as you sit up tall. exhale. Slowly make your way down. If you've got blocks handy, you can always release your forehead down to the blocks. Maybe just one, maybe one stacked on top of another. Wherever you can find a place of stillness. Take another moment to find a spot where you can pause. Let's start to find a little more length in your breath here. So instead of the 5 or so counts for your inhales and exhales, let's see if we can find 6 or maybe 7. Notice as your left hamstring starts to let go. As your upper body feels heavier and heavier with every exhale. Use your breath to find softness in the hips. Throughout your bent leg, all the way to the tip of your toes. Perhaps some sensation begins to drift into your lower back. As your spine begins to release towards the mat. Stay here for 5 more breaths. One more breath. As you inhale, lifting through the forehead, taking your hands down, start to walk up slow and easy. And then go ahead and lift up onto your left knee. As you bring that right knee back to meet it, go ahead and move your blanket towards the right side of your mat. Inhale, bring that left foot up and around, releasing the shin down towards the earth. Drop your right hip onto your blanket, finding our sleeping pigeon on this side. Adjust your blocks as you need. Start to walk yourself down Taking a few breaths here as you feel out this side of your body. As you notice what it needs from you. And then pausing here to be still. The only movement is the air coming in and out of your body. And the itty bitty tiny little micro movements from your muscles and your connective tissue as they gently begin to release. Using your breath to soften your body here. Inhale into the space where you feel the most sensation. As you exhale, blow that away. Maybe that space needs another breath. Maybe it's released and you can move on to another spot. Notice as the sensation moves. One part releases. And like a chain reaction, the sensation moves on to the next spot. Once that releases, then to the next. We'll stay here for 5 more steady breaths. Last breath. And as you inhale, lifting through the forehead, climb up onto your hands. Go ahead and move the blocks over to the right side. Move the blanket over to the right side. As you bring your left knee to meet the right, go ahead and drop down onto one hip. Roll yourself all the way onto your back. We're going to come into a supported bridge here using a block or several blocks, your choice. Go ahead and take the feet in just a little bit towards the hips. Soles of the feet firmly planted, toes spread. As you inhale, begin to roll your spine up nice and slow. And see where you want to be today. Maybe you take one block underneath you. Maybe you can stack one on top of the other on our lowest setting. Whatever offers you the most support in your lower spine. Relax your shoulders and face down into your mat. They're doing nothing to hold you up right now. As you inhale, feel the weight lifting out of your feet. As you exhale, direct the weight into that lower back as it presses down into your blocks. Check in with your breath. Feel its depth. As your lower back sinks into your block, imagine it's like a nice acupressure kind of massage here. The steady pressure providing calm. Allowing you to settle. To release the quads and hamstrings. Directing all of that down into your blocks. And stay here for 5 more slow breaths. One more deep breath. As you inhale, begin to feel a little bit of the weight again in your feet. Start to press up gently, slightly, just enough to move the blocks out from underneath you. And then ever so slowly roll your spine down. Bringing your knees into your chest, nice and easy. Go ahead and rock yourself side to side. We're going to come just into a gentle twist here. If you'd like a block to hold your knee or a blanket, feel free. Otherwise, move the props out of your way. Bring your arms out to a T and release that right leg down. Inhale, find length. Exhale, take the left knee over to the right side, nice and slow. If you want to release it to the floor, go ahead. Otherwise, just let it lay there on a block, maybe two, or maybe a rolled up blanket. Lots of options here. Take a moment to find where you want to be. You can place your right hand gently on the knee, not forcing it down. More so to just give your hand a place to rest. As your elbow gets heavy and drifts down towards the ground. Here in this gentle twist. As you exhale, breathe away any toxins in your spine. As you wring it out. Clearing out old energy. Inhaling to bring in new energy. 3 more breaths here. As you inhale, release the right hand back down to the mat. Slowly draw your left hip back until your spine is flat on the mat again. You might need to readjust your sits bones. Feel free, take a moment to do that, to move your props to the other side. And we're going to extend the left leg out. Lift the right leg up in a tabletop. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, release the right knee over to the other side, rolling up onto that left hip. Take a moment to find your place here. Maybe your left hand rests very gently on that knee. And then be still. Listen to your breath. Giving your internal organs a gentle massage. Breathing some love into them. Three more breaths here. Last breath. And inhale, release that left hand back down. As you exhale, slowly press the right hip towards the mat. As you roll back onto both hips, finding balance. Lengthening out through the spine. It's time for Shavasana. Feel free to extend your legs out. If you want to grab a blanket or a pillow to keep you warm and comfortable, go right ahead. Allowing the palms of the hands to face up as your feet fall out to either side. Gently closing the eyes. Soak up the stillness here. Soak up your practice. Feel free to stay here for as long as you'd like, resting, breathing. Whenever you decide to get up, moving slowly. I wish you a beautiful week ahead. Thanks for joining me. Namaste.